Salam sejahtera diucapkan kepada para hadirin yang ada bersama-sama kami pada hari ini, termasuklah ibu bapa, guru-guru dan para pelajar. Saya Gracie binti Donis
dan saya Michelle Yo Jasing. Kami merupakan hos anda untuk episod 5 program Sembang Santai Bersama Alumni pada malam ini.
Baiklah, sebelum memulakan program kita pada hari ini, saya menjemput saudara Muzammil Ikhwan bin Rashid untuk mengiringi bacaan doa. Dipersilakan.
Jadi, baiklah bagi yang beragama Islam, marilah kita bersama-sama menandatangan, dan bagi yang bukan beragama Islam, boleh bertafakur mengikut kepercayaan masing-masing. Ambil kitab Al-Fatihah. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim. Segala puji bagi Allah atas segala nikmat pemberian yang Engkau kurniakan kepada kami. Ya Latif, ya Karim. Bersempena dengan program Sembang Santai Bersama Alumni pada petang ini, kami menandatangan dan bersyukur kehadrat-Mu di atas segala limpah kurnia-Mu yang tidak terhingga kepada kami, sehingga kami dapat hidup secara aman, damai dan harmoni. Jadikanlah ini program yang Engkau redai. Ya Allah, kami juga memohon kepadamu agar Engkau jauhilah kami dari perkara yang boleh mencacat celakan program kami pada petang ini. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Sallallahu alaihi sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Terima kasih saudara Muzammil Ikhwan atas pimpinan bacaan doa sebentar tadi.
Baiklah, sebelum memulakan program, ingin kami mengingatkan para hadirin supaya tidak lupa untuk menekan butang subscribe di bawah supaya anda tidak ketinggalan sebarang konten-konten menarik yang berasaskan aktiviti di MRSM Mukah. Jadi, tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, Michelle, bolehkah kita menjemput speaker jemputan istimewa kita pada hari ini?
Sudah tentu boleh, Gracie. Tetapi sebelum saya menjemput speaker istimewa kita pada hari ini, saya ingin menceritakan serba sedikit tentang kejayaan yang telah dicapai oleh beliau semasa dan selepas melanjutkan pengajian di MRSM Mukah. Beliau merupakan pelajar batch best yang telah memperolehi 8A+ dan 1A untuk SPM 2016. Beliau juga telah dianugerahkan sebagai Best Overall Student for MRSM Mukah Graduation Day 2016 dengan CGPA 3.99 dan Best Student for Academic and Overall Performance dengan CGPA 3.95. Beliau juga pernah mengikuti Carnival Maths dan mendapat 6th Place Golden Bronze Award Challenge. Tidak lupa juga speaker kita telah memenangi Silver Award STEM Camp MRSM SBP pada tahun 2015. Pada 2013, beliau juga telah memenangi Bronze Award bagi bongsu kategori dalam Malaysian Computing Competition. Pada 2014 dan 2015, beliau mendapat Honorable Mention bagi junior kategori dalam Kangaroo Math Competition. Kini beliau mengambil jurusan Electrical Engineering, Energy and Power Electronic Systems di Virginia Tech, USA. Jadi tanpa melengahkan masa, saya menjemput Kak Juriani binti Idris untuk menceritakan rahsia di sebalik kejayaan beliau. Marilah kita bersama-sama mengambil peluang ini dengan memberikan perhatian akan setiap apa yang beliau kongsikan. Dengan ini, dipersilakan Kak Juriani.
Okay, let me share my screen. Sekejap.
Okay.
How do I do this? Screen one. Nampakkah?
Kamu tekan ni.
Okay, japa? Sekejap.
Okay, nampak.
Okay.
Sekejap. Nampak slideshow or the... Kejap.
Nampak. Okay.
Let me try this again. Sorry.
It's
Okay,
okay.
it's okay.
Okay, nampak kan?
Okay, nampak.
Okay,
Ya, nampak.
nampak.
Okay, alright. So, Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to everyone who is present here today. So, a little about me. My name is Juriani Idris and saya sedang belajar di Virginia Tech, USA dalam jurusan Electrical Engineering with concentration in energy and power electronic systems, and I will be graduating with the class of 2023 in May, inshallah. And I am currently sponsored by Yayasan Tenaga Nasional, YTN. And my academic background, for UPSR, I got 5 A's in 2011. I got 10 A's for PT3 in 2014. I got 9 A's for SPM in 2016, and I graduated the ADTP program in tech with a CGPA of 3.92. And so currently I am, as I said just now, I'm at Virginia Tech. I transferred from ADTP to Virginia Tech, and I have 1.5 years now left. I have 3 semesters left before spring of 2023, where when I think I will be graduating. And yeah, so before I share about my study tips and all, I would like to share about my scholarship right now. I'm sponsored by Yayasan Tenaga Nasional, YTN, and I really want to share. I really want to introduce this scholarship to MRSM Mukah punya student, because saya tak tahu dulu pasal YTN punya scholarship, sampailah Cikgu Fardi suruh saya apply guna result SP MRSM. Lepas tu saya apply. So kalau Cikgu Fardi ada kat sini, thank you so much, because it's all thanks to him. Kalau tak, saya tak tahu pun apa Yayasan Tenaga Nasional. So dalam YTN ada 3 program. First is program degree under Unit 10. Second is program degree overseas. Boleh pergi USA, New Zealand, Australia, Canada and United Kingdom. And also ada like a mix of both, which is a twinning program. Boleh buat like 3 years dekat Unit 10 and 2 tahun dekat Universiti Luar Negara. And sekarang ni I have seniors yang buat twinning dekat Unit 10, and sekarang ni mereka ramai dekat another university lah dekat US. And I would like to like promote this scholarship to those who are interested in these 4 particular courses: electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and also accountancy. Because YTN only offer scholarship for these 4 courses for the degree level. Jadi siapa-siapa yang berminat dalam these 4 courses, bolehlah tengok YTN punya website. And I think this is like one of the, I would say, best scholarship sebab ada job security, because after you graduate kena kerja dengan TNB for 8 years. And I think walaupun contohlah awak tak nak kerja dekat TNB after 8 years, that 8 years experience will definitely help you get like a good job outside, like get a good new job. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, go check out YTN's website and like look out for their, I'm not sure bila mereka open application untuk SP MRSM and MRSM, sebab dulu saya pun cakap ada scholarship yang guna SP MRSM, saya pun apply je lah, lepas tu dapat guna result SP MRSM. So yeah, definitely check it out. And so this is, I think this is like the main thing, right? But actually I lost a few slides before, but I would like to like briefly talk about, I mentioned about Intech ADTP here, right? So I would like to mention about the program. The program is actually ADTP stands for American Degree Transfer Program. So, but you can transfer. It's a transfer credit program. Like you take all the courses you need, like maybe English writing courses, math courses, physics, chemistry here. I'm sorry here. No, in Malaysia at Intech, and you transfer a certain amount of credit to wherever you apply to. You can transfer your credits to the UK, universities in the UK, the New Zealand, Canada, uh, and Australia. Yeah, I have friends there. So it's called American Degree Transfer Program, but yeah, their credits are accepted at universities in other countries too. So ada dua different, I wouldn't say dua different tempoh untuk program ADTP. Boleh buat 1 tahun. Kalau buat 1 tahun, dia kira macam awak buat foundation je. Lepas tu, awak pergi, kalau you go to the university luar negara, you will continue as a freshman. Maksudnya awak start as a year 1 student. Tapi kalau buat 2 tahun, awak akan transfer maybe 60 kredit and awak boleh start as a second year student dekat universiti luar negara. And I did the 2-year program, so I transferred 60 credit to my current institution. And yeah, so supposedly I only have 3 years left, but due to some changes in syllabus, electrical engineering syllabus. So boleh buat, we decided, me and my friend, the two of us, we decided to go to Virginia Tech, and we also decided to just graduate after 4 years. So that's why we're graduating in spring 2023. So yeah, so let me go back to the, okay. So this is like, I guess this is the main thing for today. So I would really like to share some study tips that I find really helpful, not only during my not during my high school, for sure, because I didn't know most of these during high school. I mean, I've heard about them from people, like people keep advising you the same stuff, right? But when we were younger, at least for me, I didn't actually take every single advice seriously. But I learned through my own experience. Like some of these tips that I'm sharing today, I just recently learned from my like previous semester that just ended like few days ago. Because yeah, that was a rough semester and I learned a lot from that semester. So the first tip that I really want people to know is that you have to know the best study method for you. Like before you start studying, how people say how do you study well? The first thing you should do is you should know how you study well. Don't ask people how they study well. Like everyone's different. Like I study best using method A, you might study best using method B. Jadi macam jangan ikut kalau ada kawan yang macam dapat keputusan bagus kan, jangan ikut kalau mereka cakap, "Oh, saya belajar macam ni." Jangan ikut like buta-buta je cara mereka. What I would suggest you to do is macam eksperimen dengan cara-cara mereka. Macam cuba semua benda, cuba segala cara yang awak rasa macam, "Oh, saya rasa saya boleh belajar macam ni." Cuba, don't be afraid to try. And while experimenting, nanti awak akan jumpa one study method yang really works for you. And it might sound like a waste of time, macam oh kena cuba banyak study method, but at the end of the day it would save you a lot of time when it comes to the actual studying, because that's like the most effective study method for you, so you will save a lot of time. And second point is okay, you need to work smart and hard at the same time. A lot of people separate these two together. I've heard a lot of people say work smart, not hard. But for me, I believe these two go hand in hand. like okay, like this is related to my first point. You know, or you already, let's say you already know your study, the best study method for you, right? So that is, for me, that is already a starting point for you to work smart, because you will yeah, you wouldn't have to like spend 7 hours studying for like a certain subject. You could have done it in like maybe 3 or 4 hours, because you know how to study efficiently now. And that is studying smart already. Like, you know what you should do and how to not waste your time. And but I also believe that you need to keep working smart. And that means you have to work smart hard. Does that make sense? I'm not sure, but that's what I believe. Like, you cannot just not be rajin. What I mean by studying hard is not overworking yourself, not macam paksa yourself. I need to study, I need to study, I need to keep studying, I cannot rest. No, that is not what I meant by studying hard. What I meant by studying hard is you have to be rajin, diligent. Yeah, to put it simply, you have to be diligent, kena rajin belajar, and sebab consistency is key. I think most of you have heard people say consistency is key, and I really want you to believe that, because that is true. Consistency is the key to academic success, at least. I think most for maybe career success as well. If you keep doing good, and if you keep working smartly, yeah, you will succeed. Yeah, at one point. And my third point is it's related to my second point as well, and also my first point, like to manage your time wisely. Like if you're able to manage your time wisely, working smart and hard at the same time would not be impossible for you. Because okay, what do I mean by a good time management? So what I mean is by starting your work early. Like, if you have homework, if you have like a test and you have to study for that test, like, do both early. Like, you cannot just choose, oh, I'm gonna finish my homework first. I sometimes do that. I'm gonna finish my homework first, and then I'm gonna study after I finish my homework. But most of the time I would like, oh, while I finish my homework, that's when I study. But sometimes you don't do the same the homework and study for the same class, right? You might do a homework for another class, and you need to study for another class. So yeah, you have to know your priority, and yeah, start early. If you start early, let's say you are working on a very hard homework or assignment, and kalau awak start awal, and awak boleh realize apa yang awak tak faham awal, like awal-awal dah macam, oh, rupa-rupanya saya tak faham this particular part dalam subjek ni. Jadi awak boleh pergi tanya cikgu. And macam sometimes orang selalu tanya cikgu last minute kan, and that's not the best way untuk tanya cikgu, sebab for you to fully faham apa cikgu cakap, macam awak kena dengar properly, and cikgu tu pun kena explain very calmly. Macam taklah rushing-rushing. Kalau rushing-rushing macam maybe like ada some information yang cikgu tu tertinggal kah, and then awak pun rasa macam awak pun tak boleh nak ingat semua benda yang cikgu tu bagi tahu. Jadi macam kalau awak start early, you can ask those questions leisurely. Tak adalah macam relax je tanya sangat. Tak adalah relax sangat, tapi what I mean by that is macam ada banyak masa. Jadi macam kalau hari ni dah tanya, tapi malam nanti buat balik tak faham balik, awak still ada esok untuk tanya. Tapi imagine kalau awak start kerja hari ni, esok due, kalau nak tanya malam ni, lepas tu dah dapat jawapan, lepas tu bila nak try buat balik, sedar balik still tak faham, you really don't have time to ask again. So yeah, manage your time wisely. There's nothing that works better. I mean, that's not, there's no a more efficient studying tip than managing time wisely. And now that we're talking about time, I would want to say that please take a break from time to time, like take a brain break. Do anything you want, like go outside, go take a walk, exercise, take a nap. Taking a nap works best for me. Like setiap 3 jam kalau saya study, saya kena tidur kejap 15 minit. Sebab biasanya kita akan rasa macam otak kita tepu. Jadi tak boleh nak fikir. Macam susah nak, sometimes benda tu kita boleh buat, kita boleh faham, tapi sebab kita dah tepu, badan kita dah rasa penat. Like kalau kita study kan kita macam kena fokus kan, and fokus tu memenatkan badan, like at least for me, and I'm sure ramai orang fokus pun yang penat juga masa fokus. I mean, yeah, so take a break from time to time, and what do I say this? Kalau nak siapkan benda, walaupun tak ada masa, jangan go on 5 jam, 6 jam tanpa rehat. Sebab that is overworking yourself already, and that is bad. Like I wouldn't recommend that. Like you might not rasa sekarang, tapi it will affect you bila dah maybe 2 years, 3 years from now, because I do feel that masa intake saya selalu buat benda macam tu. Saya selalu buat just I'm just gonna finish this assignment in 5 hours straight. I'm not gonna, and then after that baru saya boleh then I said, oh, maybe I'll get a reward after that. I'll take a nap. But no, that I shouldn't have done that, because now I feel worse. I feel like my physical condition is worse. I think I could have maintained. I'm still young, but I feel like my body is too old for me, and that's a mistake on my end, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. And okay, this is fifth point. Yeah, this is something that I live by since high school. Like there are a lot of tips here that I didn't know when I was in high school, right? But this particular point is what I keep telling people. You don't just memorize what you study, because what is the point of studying? You want to learn something, you want to know something. If you don't try to understand what you're learning, then for me it's useless. Like there is no point studying. There is just you're just wasting your time and exhausting yourself, buat penat badan, buang masa, and like at the end of the day, in long term, takkan ada benefit pun. Study susah mana pun takkan ada benefit. So mesti kena faham. Macam tadi kan dah ada contohlah, let's say awak dah tahu the best study method that works for you, then yeah, spend all the time that you have, like the free time that you have, to strengthen your understanding on whatever subject that you're not good at. Macam benda macam ni, macam mana, memorization boleh tolong dalam test. Like awak boleh dapat 100 dalam sejarah kalau awak memorize everything, like daripada cover depan sampai cover belakang. Tapi bayangkan awak semua like batch kebat kan, jadi macam I mean, yeah, I was the second batch kebat. I forgot, but yeah, kami ada kebat juga, SPM and PT3. So boleh rasa lah kalau tak faham certain, because I did memorize certain things dekat masa high school, dan saya ada sometimes soalan tu I think kalau saya faham saya boleh buat, tapi sebab saya tak faham, saya literally hafal formula, jadi bila soalan tu twist sikit I couldn't do it. Tapi kalau you understand, and I'm glad I realised it before SPM, like my friends helped me realize it before SPM, that if I faham a certain concept like very strongly, my fundamental quite strong, then it's okay. Then I can do it. Like it wouldn't guarantee that you can get a perfect answer in a test in SPM maybe, but it will get you started. Sometimes you just cannot think of how do I answer a certain question because it looks too complicated. Like I've never learned this thing before. But no, SPM only tested you on things you've learned. So obviously mesti ada konsep yang maybe very simple konsep tapi mereka just macam main-main with words and then sounds complicated. Jadi macam benda macam tu lah. So make sure kalau you belajar, I sometimes pun macam tengah baca-baca buku teks kan, and I find myself macam baca. And then by the end of the page, like nak flip the next page, I sedar, oh, what did I read? Like I literally read every single word on the previous page, but I didn't actually understand anything. So I would need to, because I sometimes I lose focus very easily. So yeah, understanding something instead of just memorizing do take time. At least for me. For people with good focus, I think they can do it faster. For me, it really takes time, but it will be worth it in the end. Like there are like this is I think it's a time investment for me. I invest my time in understanding, and at the end of the day, maybe like 2-3 weeks before SPM, I don't have to, I don't have to struggle with the concept again because I just need to recall. Which bring me to my next point. Like after you have understand something, you have to do active recall. Because macam mana nak ingat benda yang kita dah faham? Takkanlah kita faham je. Dah faham, oh that's it, dah faham, I can do it. No, it doesn't work like that. You still have to ingat. But tak adalah macam kalau menghafal kita akan macam like literally hafal. You just ulang balik sampai hafal, sampai ingat. Tapi kalau active recall, awak kena tanya, you have to ask yourself questions about a certain concept or a certain concept. Let's say a certain concept. So you have to retrieve something from your memory. Like it's not like you look at something and keep repeating the same thing. Active recalling is to test whether do you remember what you understood. Kalau contohlah awak sedar, oh saya tak faham sangat sebenarnya this part of the concept or whatever, then you can go back to the book and then refer balik, relearn or ataupun understand balik everything. I mean, yeah, again, that would take time, but that is a very, very it will be worth it in the end. That's an investment, I would say. Yeah. And do it consistently. Like I said earlier, consistency is key. Like if you don't do active recalling consistently, then you might need to spend some time like understanding everything all over again because kalau tak ingat pun susah juga kan. Jadi this semester pun there is like a certain course that I'm struggling. I really really struggle with that course. Tapi like I tried to consistently think about what did I study in that class. Sebab that class like promotes thinking. You cannot just I'm just gonna do practice questions from textbook. That it didn't work for that class. So what I found helpful was to consistently think about what I learn, what I understand. And if I realize I don't understand something, I would maybe ask a teaching assistant, or because the professor doesn't reply to emails, so I'll just ask my classmates maybe, and we'll work on it. Like don't ignore what you don't understand. That is the dangerous part. Like if you know you don't understand something and you ignore it, I would say you are set up for failure for sure. And next question is also kind of sorry, not next question. Next point is also kind of related. I would really encourage you guys to always ask questions. I know it's hard to be confident about asking questions in class. Me too. I have a hard time like publicly asking a question because I sometimes the whole class understands a certain concept, but tiba-tiba saya seorang tak faham, jadi macam rasa macam kesian my classmates have to tunggu, like I'm taking away their time. Macam tu lah, I always feel like that. So instead of tanya dalam kelas, I always go see the teacher personally and ask them one to one. Macam I really need help with this. Sekarang macam senang kan Zoom. So macam just Zoom, masuk Zoom lecture cikgu tu. I mean Zoom waiting room cikgu tu. And then kalau dia let you in, just tanya questions. Sebab kalau you tak tanya questions, you really wouldn't know what you don't understand. Even kalau you dah faham a certain concept kan, always ask why. If I say A, 1 plus 1 is 2, okay, I know 1 plus 1 is 2. I mean, this is a very simple analogy, so it might not make sense, but yeah, this is the simplest I can think of. So let's say 1 plus 1 is 2. Why is 1 plus 1 equals to 2? So you have to think of why. If you cannot answer the why, then that means your foundation is not strong enough. I always find myself in the same situation. Macam I have like the batchmate that I was talking about. We always like discuss macam how do I do this? How do I do that? So macam sometimes if I understand something and he's like, Ju, I don't understand this. Can you like explain it to me? And sometimes at one point he's like, but why? And when I sedar that I couldn't answer his why, that's when I know, oh, I have to maybe go back to the textbook or watch some YouTube videos or go to like my professor's office hours to make sure that the next time he asks me that, I can answer his why and I just tak adalah macam leave him hanging with that why question. And uh this I think this is my last point, but yeah, this is last but not least. Do not give up. Like never ever give up. For me, giving up is like one step away from failure, and not giving up is one step away from success, because you really never know when your efforts and hard work will pay off, because they will pay off eventually. Like I struggled this semester. I mentioned I struggled this semester with a certain course. I did really bad, but thankfully I was still above average. But everyone was doing bad in that class. So but literally all my classmates, we had to work together. We had a group chat, and sometimes we have a lounge for our department. They would stay in the lounge. I mean, usually don't join them because they usually do it at night and it's quite dangerous, but we do like discuss through Discord, like the voice chat. We discuss everything there, like y- we just, no one ever give up in that course. Even if they fail, they still feel like they can do it. And yeah, I think that's why, because we all end up there's like a certain a specific curving system here. Like the professor will bring up the average to, for example, like my class my class average was a D minus, so he brought it up to B. So everyone above average might get a B plus or an A minus, but maybe your actual mark is a failing mark. Things like that, you never know. And that is and for us that is a miracle. And there's no way for you to, how, oh, why did this miracle happen? You have no, yeah, you cannot answer that question. But maybe all the efforts and hard work that you put into um that whatever you're struggling with, maybe those are, those are what caused the miracle to happen. Because yeah, effort just never betray. Just, it might some people might see their result immediately. Sometimes like, oh, I learn it. Some people can study last minute, right? So they can study tonight and take a test tomorrow and then still get an A. But for some people, they need a whole month to study for a test, but still couldn't get a good grade. Like a grade that matches their effort. But you have to be patient with this. We just we just cannot give up. I always call my mom every time, my parents, every time I'm struggling with that class, where I feel like, oh, that test was really hard, I don't think I will pass. And that assignment, I really couldn't do that assignment. I just complain everything to them, and they will always tell me one one thing, like, do not give up. Jangan putus asa. That's it. And I know every time I call my mom or my dad, they would tell me the exact same thing over and over again. But I would still always call them and like always complain to them, because I need to always be reminded that giving up is not an option. Like, yeah, you really you really don't have anything. How do I say? You really wouldn't have anything else if you give up. Like, unless you have a backup plan, unless this is not your what you are really into, and maybe you're not I'll talk about this later. Maybe you're not meant for a certain major, a certain course, and you just cannot do it. Then maybe at some point giving up is the yeah the sorry, the decision to give up might be justified. But most of the time, just keep going. You never know when you will reach the finishing line, and you might finish really really excellently. You never know. Just trust your effort. Don't Effort is your own, and that is the only thing. Like, it's like trusting yourself. You're literally trusting yourself. And but if you don't put as much effort, let's say you just put 5% of efforts, then maybe kalau macam tu, and if you want to say, oh, I'm gonna trust my effort, and that effort, kalau nak cakap effort pun macam, oh, saya belajar extra 5 hours semalam. That if that is like your extra effort, yeah, it is still effort, but you cannot hope too much from that. You have to put in a lot of work for if you want to be hopeful. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it for the tips. I think I really hope these tips like are helpful to you guys. I know all of this like are cliche. I think like I give like 8. Yeah. These are very cliche tips, but you don't realize how useful a tip is. Why is it called a tip? Until you need it, until you learn it. Because I literally like ask questions, right? I rarely ask questions when I was in high school. Tapi sebab now that I'm doing something, I like electrical engineering, but it's hard. It's quite hard for me. Like, I need extra time to understand what I'm studying. So I always need to ask questions. And I have a housemate. She graduated and she did really well. And every time I ask her, how did you do it? She will say, "Oh, go to office hours. Ask your lecturers." And that's what I learned from her. This these are not all my own tips. These are from people. People taught me a lot of tips, and these 8 tips really helped me. And yeah, just try. Don't ignore tips. It really is cliche. If I am at your place right now, I might not believe what I'm talking about, but because of if you've had like really rough semester or whatever, you will feel it. You will realize it one day. Maybe 3 years from now, you will remember like a certain motivator from maybe months ago. Maybe their tip would make you feel like, he did say that, but at that time you didn't know. You didn't know better, and it is okay. Like, it is okay. Life is a learning experience, and we tend to ignore cliche things. We like new things. We like things that are different from we like basically unique tips. But yeah, like tips like this wouldn't impress anyone. But I really want you guys to keep these tips in mind. They will help you like sooner or later. Yeah. And okay, I was asked this question. I was asked to share tips untuk pilih bidang pelajaran after SPM. And honestly, there is no single answer that applies to everyone. I cannot say, oh, A, I mean, answer A wouldn't apply to like all 7 billion of the human population. So what I can say, like my best advice for you is do what you want. But by doing what you want, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow your passion. By doing what I want, what you want, I mean, it's like you need to know yourself. You need to ask yourself a lot of questions, like what is your passion, and what are your capabilities. If your passion and your capabilities macam fortunately macam kena, macam saya minat contohlah, let's say saya minat nak jadi doktor. Lepas tu, and I'm good at biology. I'm really good at like learning benda-benda macam tu, like about human punya body. So macam that is good. That is good for you. So macam go follow your passion. There is nothing stopping you from following your passion. Tapi if you have like a strong passion for something, and you fully realize that you cannot do it, like you wouldn't be able to maybe finish a degree with it, like for example, I would say like chemistry. I don't think I can do chemistry as a degree. I I mean, Miss Emmy and Sir Helmi really helped me during SPM. Like, but I had a hard time with chemistry. It took me a long time to understand, but Alhamdulillah, I understood. So, let's say chemistry, right? So, if I want to do a degree in chemistry, no, I wouldn't survive. So, you have to ask yourself those kind of questions. Like, okay, this is my passion, but can I do it? If I really, really want to like follow my passion, I really want to kejar my whatever my dream. But but I realized that I need to put extra effort compared to orang lain yang ambil chemistry. Like I don't think there is any major yang senang in university. Tapi like yeah, everyone struggle. Tapi you might struggle. If you think you might struggle more, then ask yourself more question. Do I have the willpower to do this? Because there are a lot of people yang tak ada capabilities to do, like to kejar their passion. Tapi because of their willpower, they did it. They did it at the end because of their willpower. But you know yourself better. I couldn't say, oh, you have to have like a very strong willpower. Not everyone is the same. So not everyone can have the same level of, the same strength of willpower, I may say. So kalau you feel like it's not going to do you any good, like macam it will make you feel worse about yourself kalau you buat degree in the bidang yang you minat, then I would suggest you to ask another question. Like, okay, then you have to sacrifice your passion if that's the case. Ask yourself, then what can I do? Like, what are the skills that I have that I can polish? But again, make sure those are, jangan buat benda yang you don't like. Because I have classmates yang macam tukar meja just because of two reasons. Some people, they cannot do what they minat. They really minat macam contoh computer engineering. My department is electrical and computer. So some of my classmates are computer engineering, not all in electrical engineering. They really like computer engineering. They really like the idea of being good at it. Tapi they just cannot, they just don't have the capability to do it. They're just not born to learn computer engineering as like as a major, and probably not as a career as well later in the day. So and the second group of people is orang yang okay, they can do electrical engineering, they're smart people, they can do computer engineering, very smart people, but they don't actually like what they do. So there are a lot of questions you have to keep asking yourself, the same question over and over again, so that you know exactly what you want. I am so sorry that I don't have like a single definite answer for this one, but yeah, there is no one else that can that can decide this for you, but you have to do what you want, and janganlah macam, oh, I can do math, like I think I can do math, but I don't think I will like it if I do a math degree. Like if I would do a math degree right now, I think I would I would be miserable. It's I don't think it's fun for me. Like it's just not for me. It's fun for everyone else, but not for me. Like I want to do something hands on, and electrical engineering is the answer for me. It's hard. It's a bit hard for me. I'm in the second group. Like my electrical engineering is not really my passion, but I can say it's one of my passions. Not like not the most yang paling minat. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe like number 3 or number 4. But still I want to do it. I do have the desire to do it walaupun tak ada lah, macam I really really want to do it. And I was willing to I decided that I was willing to struggle more to continue to pursue this degree. So yeah, ask yourself a lot of questions. Like reflect every time you feel like, oh, I really like a certain concept. Maybe dalam physics, you really like a certain concept. Reflect at the end of the day, like how much do I like this concept? How far do I want to learn this concept? If you find yourself like really enthusiastic about that concept and you feel like you can do it, yeah, go for it. And but if you're not, then again, I'm repeating myself, but ask questions, okay? Like you know yourself. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. But most importantly, do what you want. Don't follow others. You following others would be, yeah, also one step to failure. If giving up is one step to failure, following others blindly is also one step to failure. You cannot do what everyone else is doing just because you guys are, if your friend is doing, let's say, biomedical engineering, you just because he or she is doing something cool, you cannot just like, oh, I want to do the same thing. No, you guys are two different people, and you cannot do, yeah, you might be able to do the same thing, but ask yourself again, can I do it? If not, then yeah, go find something you can do and you like. Okay, yeah, that's the best advice I can give for tips untuk pilih bidang pelajaran waktu SPM. And next, I want to share about how to like tackle in scholarship interview, I guess. And if you look at my first point, really, there's nothing else. You need to study hard. Like some people say good grades doesn't matter, but if you want to secure a scholarship, especially overseas, there is no other way than getting good grades. Some people say, like SPM je pun, like it's nothing much. No, it is something. Like it's a national exam for a reason. It's what will set you. It's the first filter for you. Yeah, you will be, maybe after that there are a lot of challenges after SPM, tapi like they did a national exam to saring everyone, like before you go to university lah kan. So macam don't rasa yang macam I can just put like 50% effort in studying for SPM and like expect maybe not yeah, some scholarship tak perlu straight A, but still, just to be safe, and I want everyone to like aim high, even though you feel like, I don't think I'll get a scholarship. No, you will never know. You will never know what you will get for SPM. What's your result? It's too early to tell. Like, and who are we to tell? Who are we to predict our own result? Like, it's in fate's hand, like not in our hands. So you just need to do the best that you can. Because I have a senior, her friend said that if she could go back to high school, the one thing she would do is that she would study more, like push herself to study more, because she did end up getting good grade, but she would be in a better place now if she had better grades. And no one actually pushed her to actually study hard when she was in high school. So yeah, I don't want you guys to have regrets when you guys are maybe 5 years from now, 7 years from now. It is hard, it is never easy, but why not give it a try? Put in all your effort, but don't 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 pressure yourself. But yeah, I'm afraid that I might be saying this and you feel pressured, but don't pressure yourself. If you pressure yourself, then it's useless, I must say. Yeah, because if you feel pressured about something that you need to do, then that thing is not gonna end well. Yeah, that is the case for most of my um most of my experiences didn't end well when I feel pressured to do them. Like, yeah, just not take it too easy, but don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah, but grades do matter, okay, for SPM. And second is to participate in more extracurricular or out of school activities. Like, what I mean by this is like, okay, Michelle introduced me and she said I went to a lot of like competition, but I feel like I could have went out of my way when I was younger to join more maybe volunteering activities. You know, activities that would would instill values in me, because that's what people want to see in you. Those kind of person, people are what they're looking for, like people with values, like with how do I say this? Because society is a very complex. Society is very complex, so you have to be very your value has to be nurtured masa muda, dari muda, for you to become a very also highly functional member of the society. Jadi macam contohlah, let's say join volunteering kan, volunteering maybe at um I'd say rumah orang tua macam tu. So tolong mereka kan, ataupun dekat hospital. Dekat hospital tolong orang tolong macam um, teman pesakit kah macam tu kan. Benda-benda macam tu, like you will learn, like maybe involuntarily you will learn the communication skills, macam mana nak cakap dengan orang semua, and you will learn be how to be kind to people, because that is important. Being kind is hard nowadays. Like, it's not easy to be kind. I have a hard time being kind to people. And it's because not everyone is on the same wavelength as you, not everyone understand the same value as you. So it is hard to be kind to people and to be still communicating in a good way with them. So those kind of skills, being able to be patient with people, because you will work with people one day. And scholarship interview, I think most of them, they're looking for people who will serve them one day. Like, I think, TNB. I mean, my scholarship. They are looking for people who will be working for them. So instead of just looking for a potential scholar, orang yang mereka nak sponsor, mereka they are also looking for future employee, orang yang akan kerja dengan mereka. Jadi if you're able to join out of school activities dari high school and join banyak, you might not realize it, but those values will be instilled. And do honest work. Don't feel forced, like, oh, I have to do this because it will look good in my resume. No, you cannot do that. You have to be honest with whatever you're doing. If you don't feel like volunteering is not for you, then don't do it. Do some other kind of extracurricular activity, whatever you can think of. Try to participate more. I know I think I said the same thing when I was in high school. Like, even though I participated in a lot of competition, but those are like math competitions, so it it was not. I don't have to, like, macam sports. Like, I have to use my body, be tired and everything. I just had to spend my time and study. That's no different from being in a classroom for me. I should have done. I really regret that. I should have done something else. But I'm not good at sports. But at least I could have done something else like that could prepare me for the society, at least. Yeah. And that brings me to my third point, like developing soft skills. From those kind of volunteering, I mean, out of school extracurricular activities, like I said before, you will pick up some skills that you might not realize it, but you will pick up some skills. Maybe like talking to people is hard for me. I get anxiety talking to people. Right now I'm very nervous. I have always been like that. My voice would shake every time I talk to people. And I feel like if I train myself earlier, masa high school, maybe I can do better at talking to people, because I get really anxious talking to people, and that's not a good thing. Jadi macam and macam I mentioned about being tolerant to people, being kind to people. Those kind of things are you really need it. Like, contoh lah, about presentation. It's a soft skill. You want to do presentation, and you have to be patient with whatever questions they ask you. And this happened during a scholarship interview. You will feel like they ask you very how do I say this? Very funny questions, like, oh, why would you ask me that kind of questions? But those kind of people are those kind of questions are the questions you will encounter, I would say, when you work one day. I mean, sooner or later you will be asked those kind of funny questions, I would say. So you have to be able, yeah, for me that is part of the soft skill, to talk with people, like presenting or whatever, public speaking, like being able to be patient and stay calm and collected when people challenge you with your view. That is a very valuable trait that you can have nowadays. Not everyone can be patient. Not everyone can macam challenge, debate orang lain calmly in a collected manner. It is very hard thing to do. I respect people who can do that, and I really want to learn that. But yeah, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't join those things like that when I was in high school. So I kind of like that aspect. But yeah, life is a learning process, so you can always learn it. But it's better if you can learn it earlier in life. And last but not least, you have to do a lot of research about your scholarship, what scholarship you're applying for, the course. Because I must tell you, I I completely messed up my Bank Negara interview because I didn't know anything about computer science, and I I did my research by watching YouTube videos. Oh, a day in the life of a computer scientist. And it didn't help me at all during the interview. They asked me, how many RAM is your laptop? And I was like, oh, is it 4? Is it 2? And I said 2. And they asked me the specific model of my laptop. Turned out the RAM was like 4 GB. And I was like, oh, and they asked me about, like, what do you know about database and things like that. At that time, I was just 18, 17, and I didn't really like computer science. I don't pay attention much to that field. That is the only thing I can apply. I mean, maybe I thought that is the only one I like from the list of what I can apply. And plus, on top of not doing my research, I also, like, how do I say this? I like to just goreng my answer. If I don't know anything in an interview, I just goreng my answer. and that didn't work well with a technical interview because they asked me technical question since I'm applying for a computer science course. So yeah, I regretted that a lot. I tell this particular story to so many people so that they know that do your research. Please do your research before going to a scholarship interview, because you don't want to ruin your only chance. Like right now, I really, really like, because I'm in electrical engineering, I have to still learn coding and stuff. And at some point, I really feel like, oh, why am I not a computer engineer, or why am I not a computer science student? Because I really like coding, like more than I like circuits, unfortunately. But yeah, I didn't know that when I was 17, when I was 18, and I still look back to that day right now, and I mean, yeah, I'm still thinking about it right now, and yeah, I regret it a lot, and I don't want you guys to have the same regret as me. And so do a lot of research. Don't just go to an interview unprepared, completely unprepared. And oh, also, I didn't write it here, but prepare a very neat resume. Like you got akan ada mock interview kan. Dalam mock interview kan nanti macam counselor ajar macam mana cara nak buat resume kan. Make sure by the end of mock interview, by the masa you graduate MRSM nanti, you have a very neat resume. Bukannya macam still kena edit lagi. No, jangan buat macam tu. Like tanya Cikgu Fardi as many questions as possible. Macam mana nak buat your resume better. I mean, I know macam susah sikit sebab ada kena tambah apa extra co-Q punya activities kan, and sometimes tak banyak co-Q, so benda macam tu pun susah. Tapi one thing you have to make sure is that kalau lah you want to add extracurricular macam extracurricular activities, non-academic related activities after dah habis high school, make sure after you edit that resume, it will still look neat. It will still be able, diorang boleh baca like comfortably in one go, because resume yang susah nak baca, I know some people buat fancy resume. No, kami kat sini kami ada macam center untuk review resume, and kalau ada fancy resume memang mereka tolak, reject terus. Like diorang takkan baca pun. Okay, buat balik. So macam tu. So prepare a very neat one, a professional resume. And yeah, that's I think that's all I can share. Because I don't I went to a lot of interviews, but most of them are kind of the same. Oh, except for, actually no, there is one more that I want to share. You have to like for Petronas, if I'm not mistaken, mereka ada like test before interview. Jadi macam kalau ada masa, if you're aiming to apply for a Petronas scholarship, maybe you can spend some time online and do practice test. I forgot, was it like aptitude test or something? I don't remember, but yeah, there is a possibility yang you tak lepas that test. So practice is never bad. Like just do practice. And yeah, maybe just baca orang punya experience online, how they went through a certain interview. Yeah, that helped me a lot, especially with Yayasan Kazana. I mean, I didn't go to the interview, but it helped me a lot. Like masa nak jawab soalan and essay, yeah, I know what to expect. Sebab bayangkan if I didn't baca that blog, I wouldn't have known yang I have to write essay sesusah tu. I didn't get it. I didn't end up pergi interview pun for Yayasan Kazana, but I feel like at least I prepared for that particular test. So yeah, do a lot of research. Just internet has everything, so yeah, you have a lot of resources. Yeah. And what else do I have? Oh, okay. So I'm not sure if this is interesting enough to share or not, but I really want to share how like my experience in the US so far. Like I only spent one semester without COVID, like fully in person. My experience might be quite boring compared to other overseas students, but I just want to share some. Maybe this could make you feel like, oh, I want to go there as well, and it might, spark spark some passion, I guess. I hope so. So yeah, let me just this is me at the Virginia Tech logo last winter, and that's our macam Korea. Yes, for winter. Oh, kat sini, my town, we don't have like proper season. Maybe maybe winter only lasts for maybe 2 weeks. We get snow for 2 weeks and tiba-tiba spring dah panas balik. Most of the time panas dekat sini. So memang bukan tak for season sangat lah, tapi ada lah sometimes. Snow pun tak banyak. Yeah, so this bridge on the picture on the right, dia macam the iconic bridge dekat kita orang punya sekolah. I'm not exactly sure why, tapi that bridge, study spaces dekat bridge tu memang cantik. And this particular building dekat belakang, yang ada gambar-gambar orang, orang punya carving ni, it's called pylons. Kat situ macam untuk remember orang yang pergi war, because my sekolah is a sekolah yang ada cadet, macam orang yang reserve army. They can go to army, they can go straight to military after buat their degree. So you will see people macam guna baju askar dalam sekolah. So macam sekolah askar, memang sekolah askar pun. Jadi macam this is like one of the kalau apa-apa cakap pasal Virginia Tech, pylons ni lah nama building yang ada manusia punya carving ni. Memang orang cakap pasal pylons and this Torgerson Bridge. And I would want to share with you guys the 4 seasons that I've experienced here, but I don't really have much for spring, fall and winter because masa tu sekolah jadi macam tak banyak benda. But this was with my housemates. 2 of them on the right graduated and the one with the peace sign just graduated. So it's just me left. This was during COVID, early COVID 2020. But at that time, US tak ada mandate about mask or anything. Everyone was free. Tak ada orang takut time tu. Literally tak ada orang takut. Lepas tu, this is just some flowers. I don't have any other pictures from spring, so I just chose a random picture. And for summer, sebab cuti summer is like 3 months. And I tak pernah balik Malaysia. I haven't been to Malaysia. I haven't gone back for like 2.5 years. I spent my whole summer here. And during summer, I really like to hike because the view is very clear. And this was during Merdeka of 2020. So this was our Merdeka hike. For Merdeka, we just hike and like kibarkan bendera Malaysia. And the one on the right, this is when I masa pergi summer trip to another state, Wisconsin. We went to Wisconsin Madison. Maybe some of you have heard about it. So it's like a state park. It's a lake. Tapi cantik lah kat atas tu. It's just the hike is just short. Tapi because I like hiking, I would anything works for me. And this is, I'm not sure if you can see, but there's me actually on the rock. That is from summer of this year. This is like one of the sharpest mountain, dekat Virginia, at least Southwest Virginia where we are. So we went up there. It was really a hard hike, but it was worth it. And this was in Washington, Seattle. This summer it was an impromptu trip. We started this particular hike at 4 a.m. sebab ramai orang pergi tempat ni. And so we woke up at like 3:30, went at 4. So gelap-gelap dah hike pergi atas, but it was worth it sebab bila dah turun balik ramai sangat orang naik atas. So macam we were lucky that day. And also summer, I went to a national park. It's like the snowiest place on earth. So the mountain ada snow. If you see the gambar on the right, ada snow dekat belakang. But it was summer. Masa ni bulan 8 rasanya. Memang panas. Tapi dekat atas tu sejuk. Dia macam a different place. There's snow all year long. Yeah. And also summer we usually go travel. So this summer I went to New York. On the left is I'm not sure, but I don't understand the hype actually. But if apparently people are um crazy about New York's nightlight. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks really pretty, but I just don't like cities. So I like mountains. So I don't understand how, but yeah, it was pretty. And I went to the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, I went to Chicago as well this summer. We went to a lot of places, but I just because I lost a few slides, so this is all I have left. I went to Chicago and saw we went to Cloud Gate, but it was gated at that time. Ada pagar, jadi tak boleh masuk. Sekarang ni dah boleh masuk dah, so you boleh ambil gambar dekat reflection tu. But yeah, masa kami pergi tak boleh. And masa fall, okay, dekat US, football very big. Macam, okay, when I say football, it's not soccer. I don't know why people call rugby. It's like rugby, yeah. It's basically rugby here, but they call it football. Football is really big, especially college football. And my Virginia Tech dulu, mereka macam boleh kira tim kuat lah. Jadi macam spirit football dekat sekolah kami macam very kuat. Jadi macam this was the first game last semester, this fall. Jadi macam time ni COVID sebenarnya, tapi sebab semua orang kalau nak masuk kena vaccinated, so kami pun berani pergi, tapi pakai mask je lah all the time. Tapi macam alhamdulillah tak ada jadi apa-apa. I mean, things could have gone really wrong, but we really took the risk sebab tak tahu bila lagi boleh pergi. And nasib baik kami pergi masa tu sebab masa tu menang. Lepas tu rasanya 3 game lepas tu terus Virginia Tech kalah all the way. So macam nasib baik pergi this one. And fall is like Halloween punya season. So we did pumpkin carving. Kami that's my roommate, but these pumpkins are not ours. Kami datang lambat. Masa kami sampai dah tak ada pumpkin. So kami ambil dengan orang lain punya pumpkin. And this is when I went for a hike. Last fall. So macam biasanya kami punya fall tak cantik, tapi this year fall banyak warna kuning and orange. Jadi macam sayang kalau tak pergi. So kami macam sejuk-sejuk hari hujan pun kami pergi hiking je. Hari tu hujan lebat, I remember. And winter, I also don't have a lot of winter pictures. This was last winter, masa COVID kan, time ni US lockdown. Bukanlah lockdown sangat, US tak pernah ada lockdown betul-betul, tapi macam ada banyak restriction lah. So ni belakang rumah je kami buat snowman. And ni pun belakang rumah, dekat kami ada hill belakang rumah pun I went with a senior. And macam we were supposed to go to Alaska, I think sebab nak ambil nak tengok aurora, tapi tak jadi sebab COVID. Lepas tu macam tapi we still wanted winter pictures, so pergi bukit belakang rumah so ambil gambar. So yep, I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to share. And I'm not sure, I think I went really over time, right?
Yeah, nothing.
15
It's
minutes
okay.
over time. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
Okay, perkongsian yang sangat menarik buat pelajar-pelajar MRSM Mukah. Harap semua pelajar MRSM Mukah dapat apply lah semua apa yang dikongsikan oleh Kak Ju dalam kehidupan mereka untuk menjadi seorang pelajar yang berguna bagi MRSM Mukah. Okay, baiklah. Di sini kami ada berita baik buat para penonton. Pada hari ini kita akan membuat cabutan bertuah secara dalam talian. Cabutan bertuah ini terbuka bagi pelajar-pelajar MRSM Mukah sahaja. Sila tulis nama anda dan kelas anda di ruangan komen. Nama dan kelas sahaja, dan hanya 20 nama pelajar terawal sahaja yang akan berpeluang menyertai cabutan bertuah ini. Jadi jangan lepaskan peluang anda, cepat-cepat tulis nama anda di ruangan komen. Hadiah menarik menanti pemenang. Hanya 1 nama sahaja yang akan dipilih. Baiklah, sementara menunggu pelajar-pelajar mengisi nama mereka di ruangan komen, bolehlah kalau kita teruskan program kita dengan sesi soal jawab kepada speaker kita. Baiklah Kak Ju, Memandangkan sini ada satu soalan yang sangat bolehlah dikatakan amat berguna untuk kami. Memandangkan kami akan menjalankan peperiksaan semester 2 pada 10 Januari ini. Jadi ada satu soalan daripada Ismail Hakim. Kak Ju, do you have any simple or short motivation for students that are going to sit for exam soon?
Ni semester 2 kan? Sekejap.
Yes.
Saya confused. Macam mana 10 Januari semester 2?
Ya, kami akan jadi form 4 sampai kami bulan
Mac.
bulan Mac.
Sebab
Ya.
COVID kan. Okay. Tak.
Ya.
Sorry.
Sebelum ni
tak
kami
faham.
exam online je. Jadi ni rasanya harap
Faham.
menjadi first time face to face lagi lah kalau exam ni.
Faham. Simple or short motivation. I think jangan fikir result. Do your best and jangan fikir yang what you're doing right now is for immediate result. Fikir if I don't put all of my effort right now, will it affect me maybe 1 year from now? Yeah, what you do right now really will affect you months and years from now. So jangan just like maybe macam awak semua rasa macam maybe orang akan ada rasa macam ujian semester 2 aja pun kenapa nak belajar kuat-kuat sangat, bukan SPM kan. Tapi tak, like it will still contribute to your GPA. And
Betul-betul.
you never know how much that would help you masa interview ke apa nanti. Macam bayangkan kalau awak dapat result SPM bagus, tapi macam maybe they want to look at your academic record. Lepas tu nampak macam kenapa dengan semester ni kan. Lepas tu dia macam dia ni macam bukan sentiasa saja dia a good student macam tu lah. So benda macam tu you have to think, you don't think for immediate ni lah, immediate result. Fikir jauh, fikir how it will impact your future macam tu lah. So yeah. Jangan put your all into it, okay? Don't just give like 50% or anything. Put your all. Yeah.
Jadi Kak Ju rasakan sempat tak kami nak push kami untuk dapat result yang cemerlang, memandangkan masa kami agak singkat, and then holiday kami pun rasa tak tenteram sebab kami risau exam kami. Rasanya sempat tak nak cover?
Yes, I would say sempat. Like macam saya cakap tadi, kalau you use the correct study method and you know how to manage your time, it will work out. Like, but just don't give up. Like I know sekarang ni memang rasa macam alah tak payahlah, bukan, like we don't have time anyway to study. So why would I like really study hard? But no, time is still here. No, it's not the end of. You're not in the exam. You're not going to the exam hall, right? Are you guys going to the exam hall?
Form 4.
I think we're just in class.
In class,
Yes.
so you're not in class yet. Are you guys not in class yet? Not yet taking the exam. There is still time. It is not too late. So yeah, don't lose hope. That is the scariest thing. Don't lose hope. Yeah. Maybe hope is all you have right now, but yeah. Then you can boleh berharap on that hope. Oh, that sounds so weird. Berharap on harapan, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Lagi. Berapa jalan.
Siapa? Kita tunggu Muzammil Ikhwan untuk uruskan sesi lucky draw.
Okay.
Okey, dah ada 15. Memandangkan kita hanya sedikit sahaja lagi masa yang tinggal, kita akan teruskan dengan lucky draw. Okey, boleh mulakan Muzammil Ikhwan.
Okay, kita tengok siapa yang bertuah pada malam ini.
Okey, 1, 2, 3. Okey. Tahniah kepada Francis dari tingkatan 4 kerana berjaya memenangi cabutan bertuah kita pada hari ini. Boleh tuntut hadiah anda apabila datang ke maktab kelab. Okey.
Bila kelas balik?
Kami balik 2 hari bulan
Ya,
2 hari bulan Januari. Harapnya jadi baliklah sebab kami pun dah lama sangat dah online class.
Ya.
Betul? Faham? Betul? Ya.
Kadang-kadang online class ni pun kami rasa susah lah. Boleh
Susah
lah.
dan
Memanglah
Faham.
susah.
Penat kan? Ya.
Ya,
Extra
penat.
penat. Yep.
walaupun
Faham.
duduk je tengok laptop.
Ya.
Faham. Yeah, go outside. Take a walk.
Ya.
That's the only thing we did. Tak boleh nak pergi jauh kan belakang rumah
Ya,
jalan pusing masuk balik. Ya.
Tapi
Ya.
itulah datang-datang maktab pun exam. Harap kami
Ya.
dapat keputusan yang cemerlang lah. Harap usaha kami.
You will.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I hope I make sense. I hope I don't like, I'm not sure. Did I say anything nonsense? No, right? I hope
No,
not.
everything's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you
Kita
for
akan
having me.
habiskan
Right.
sesi kita pada malam ini.
Yeah,
Baiklah.
thank you so much. Good luck.
Nampaknya kita sudah berada di penghujung sesi untuk episod terakhir program Sembang Santai Bersama Alumni MRSM Mukah. Jadi kami ingin mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi terima kasih kepada speaker jemputan istimewa kita iaitu Kak Juriani kerana sudi meluangkan masa bersama-sama kita pada hari ini. Dan tidak dilupakan juga kepada barisan guru dan ibu bapa yang sudi meluangkan masa dan bersama-sama kita untuk memeriahkan lagi program pada petang ini. Saya berharap agar semua dapat manfaat daripada program ini. Maaf sekiranya terdapat apa-apa kelemahan daripada kami sehingga kita berjumpa lagi di lain program. Terima kasih semua yang hadir pada malam ini.
Bye.
Bye.
Jumpa lagi tahun depan.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye guys.